everybody, Jordan down at Fiorentina's Italian Kitchen. Made some purchases today for our library. Got some new additions. Just wanted to talk about some of these books that I'm familiar with. I think I've read about half of them. Mindset by Carol Dweck. This one's known, focuses on having a fixed versus a growth mindset. It's considered like one of the classics in like personal development. Simon Sinek, Leaders Eat Last. This one I haven't read. Start with Why is like one of his famous books that I finished, I think last year. Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins. This is a classic. Anything by this guy is pretty much fantastic. I know he catches a lot of grief for being like a personal development guru, but the guy is very successful. He's done a lot of good in his life, so here's what it is. You always have haters, I guess. But that one specifically is a phenomenal book. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. I think that's the one. I finished that one a couple years ago, but I believe that's the one where he talks about everybody needs to spend 10,000 hours, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but the 10,000 hours rules to basically become an expert in something. I believe that's from Outliers. 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens from Sean Covey. I believe that's Stephen Covey's son. Obviously, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, another classic personal development book. That one's obviously geared towards younger people. The Millionaire Next Door, Thomas Stanley and William Danko. This one's awesome. Barbara Zendes is watching. I believe him and I have spoke about that one, where the famous story that one starts off with is like a janitor nobody thought was really wealthy. He just basically invested all his money over decades and lived within his means. And that book basically just tells everybody a lot of the commonalities between successful or whatever millionaires, which isn't a ton of money now in 2023, but it's a pretty wild book. And it's kind of, I guess the moral of that book is it's not what you think. It's not flashy, big money people. It's a lot of middle class people who just invested their money properly over time. Play Nice But Win by Michael Dell. I have a copy of this at my house. I forgot who recommended it. I saw him in the news recently. I guess he had a condo in Boston South for like north of $50 million or something. But the founder of like Dell Computers, that's I haven't read that one yet, but I intend to. And then this one, 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. I kind of caution people on that one. I almost say it's like what not to do. I mean, the whole premise is how people obtain and maintain power. And if you think over time, it's not always under the best terms, right? But at least he delves into it. Really fascinating book, recommended by a lot of people. But there is some criticism that, all the tactics aren't the most moral, ethical ways, whatever, to obtain power. Should people even, aspire to do that? But for what it's worth, if you come down to the restaurant, we'll have all these books. We'll add them to the library. I'll keep bringing more down. The only thing I ask, if you guys can, even if you borrow them, take them home, if you could return them or bring some in for other people as well. The whole point is to share the stuff with Fall River, with the community. Some of the knowledge that, I picked up over the years it's probably the most important thing in my life has been my education, with the exception of my family, obviously. But, we have that here if you guys want to come down and get some good food, and then also feed your mind with some really cool stuff. By all means, come in. Thanks.